Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 21, and today we are back with a brand new season as Season 4 gets underway at the KCOM Stadium. Today you will see our first Premier League game of the season, which is at home to Manchester City, a brief look at our pre-season win for the Tigers, and of course, most importantly, the transfer special. Right now, you'll be expecting me to spend 2 minutes on each signing, talking at length about their composure stat whilst boring you to death. Let's get started. Now, just one thing to discuss before we get into today's episode, and I promise I'll try and keep it brief. You might be noticing that today's episode looks a little bit different to the previous 20, and that's because I've changed skin in this FM series for the first time. I haven't done skins in years. Basically, if you don't play Football Manager, you wouldn't notice. But basically, you can change the skin of the game and make it look a lot more customizable and just different to the normal skin. It's actually called the CFM Skin 2017 V1.01D. I downloaded it last night and I absolutely love it. Again, I haven't done skins in years in Football Manager and backgrounds and stuff. I normally only do the logos and the face packs now, but I thought I'd change skins just to vary up a little bit. And if you guys like the skin, then we'll keep it going forward. If you don't like today's skin and you don't like how the game looks and you prefer it looking like it did in the previous 20 episodes, then in the top right of the video right now, there will be a poll for you guys to vote on, and you can choose whether we go back to the old skin, which we used in the previous 20 episodes, or keep the new skin. The choice is yours. I personally like them both. The default one and this downloadable one, which is again called the CFM Skin 2017 V1.01D. But yeah, it's up to you. You guys can choose. Vote in the top right and decide whether you want to keep using the skin from now on indefinitely, or go back to the old skin from episode 22 onwards. Okay, so getting into the episode then, we have the transfer special to begin with, and oh man, I'm so excited for this. We have the transfer special, and I'll show you what we've done. Now, as per usual, we'll start with the departures. Eduardo retired, as you guys knew. I've loaned out a couple of youth players as well. Will Mannion, the most noteworthy one, going to West Brom on loan for a season, or is it just 6 months? I think it might be 6 months actually. He's gone to West Brom for 6 months and is loaned out there. Signed a new contract as well, Will Mannion, which is quite good, as he's a decent young goalkeeper. And we also sold 2 players. You knew Curtis Davies was leaving. The skipper's gone to Atalanta for £375,000. And also Daniel Ayala was sold to Leeds as well. He went to Ellen Road for £1 million, and I was totally fine with that. So not really much to report with the departures, but the signings, there's quite a few of them, and let's just get straight to it. So as per usual, we shall start off with the more uneventful signings and then move on to the bigger ones towards the end of the transfer special, and we shall begin with this guy, Nick Wesley, an 18-year-old centre-back who was joined on a free transfer after he was released by Chelsea come the end of last season. A very low-risk signing, only on £1,000 a week for a 3-year contract, and someone who could actually get pretty decent in the future. His report showed he's got a 3-star potential ability with 1 blacked out star as well. So he could end up being really, really good, or he could end up being really, really average, and right now he's really, really poor. So very low risk signing, and this is exactly why I started with Wesley. So not much to report for this guy, but he could be alright in the future, and we'll keep a close eye on him. And the next signing is very similar to Nick Wesley. Park Young-gyu has signed for the club, another 18-year-old centre-back who's coming on a free transfer. This was a really interesting deal though, because it was a free transfer. He wasn't assigned to a club in the game at all. I found a guy whilst doing my annual scout all the under 23 teams of the national size in the game. He's on £2,000 a week, so £1,000 higher than Wesley, but he does have a higher potential rating, it seems, 3.5 star and 1 star blacked out as well, so 4.5 star in total. He's got some decent stats, 19 determination to begin with. Absolutely love that, although not exactly, because it means it's very hard to find a tutor that won't affect his determination rating in a negative way. But again, another low risk signing on a very cheap salary. He could be good in the future, and we'll certainly keep an eye on the guy. So Park Young-gyu is in, but this was really interesting to me because, as you'll see, he's yet to play a game for the Korean national team. And if you watched the episode, I think it was like 2 or 3 episodes ago now, where we tried to sign Shinji Kagawa, Kagawa had his work permit rejected, hence why he never ended up signing for the club. But this guy had no work permit problems at all. So I don't know how that works. Kagawa's played over, I think it's over 100 games for Japan in the game. Yeah, this guy's not been capped once for South Korea. So how he got a work permit but Kagawa didn't, I have absolutely no idea. Maybe this guy's training to be a doctor or something. So the UK thought we could do with him in the nation. We'll give the guy a work permit. But I don't know. He's into the club. Somehow managed to get a work permit. And again, he could be right in the future. We'll keep an eye on him. We'll wait and see. So third signing and third centre-back, and I promise I'll be very brief about this one because you guys already know who he is. If you watched the last episode, you would have seen him. Blagojevich Dimov is in for £10 million. Blagojevich, the Bulgarian, looks really, really good, 19 years old, and already much better than Wesley and Park Young-Yu that you've seen. Looks very, very good indeed. Of course, if you watched the last episode, you would know we accidentally spent £10 million on the go, and really, we could have got him for £5.5 million, so that was a release clause, which I missed, but he's in. And also one brief correction as well. In the last episode I said it was £5 million and £5 million when he plays 50 games for the club. Actually, it was £5 million and £5 million spread over 48 months. So that was always going to happen anyway. We'd have to pay £10 million, but yeah, I got the clause wrong, so I apologise for that. But yeah, Dimov is in, and he looks really, really good, and I'm very, very excited about this guy. I think he could be a real star in our back line, and we certainly need one as well. We're leaking goals left, right and centre, so hopefully Blagojevich, the Bulgarian, will come in and help us keep a lot more clean sheets. Fourth signing, and it's yet another defender, this time a fullback. Kyle Walker-Peters has joined the club for £700,000 from Spurs after we got him towards the end of last season for $700k. If he plays 50 league games for us, we'll have to fork out an extra $800k, so that'll be £1.5 million in total. But I won't mind paying that at all if he plays 50 league games for us, £1.5 million, because that'll be a really cheap transfer fee for a player who could be very, very good in the future. Now, he's a left back, but a right-footed player that can also play right back naturally as well. I absolutely love fullbacks that can play on either side and have that as a natural position in FM. Absolutely love that. I think it's really, really important. And yeah, it could be really, really good in the future. Right now, quite poor, and the most worrying stat for me is determination being only 10. So right now he's being tutored by Andrew Robertson. But yeah, the potential of this guy is pretty decent, and that's what I'm looking at right now. So I'm very excited for how Kyle Walker-Peters could be in the future. He's on 20 grand a week right now, and again, as a backup right back, a backup left back in the first season, a very good option to have for cover. So Walker-Peters is in, and hopefully we'll train at determination stat and a few more as well, and we'll turn him into a really, really good fullback for us. So at the halfway point, 4 more signings to go, and we shall start with one of the 2 veteran players I've signed on a free transfer. Thomas Vermaelen has joined Hull City at the KCOM Stadium on a free transfer, and what a great deal this is as well. Now, he's on 50 grand a week, which is quite expensive on a 2-year contract, but I'm really excited for this guy because obviously Vermaelen, very, very good centre-back, spent many, many years playing for Arsenal, then of course went to Barcelona, and in the game, in the last 2 years, he's done really, really good for Barcelona as well, so he's still got it despite turning 34 in November. And again, his contract is pretty pricey. I'm not gonna lie, it's quite expensive for a soon-to-be 34-year-old, but we really needed first-team quality in the defensive department, hence why I've signed about 8 centre-backs. And Vermaelen's got some really good stats still. Heading 16, marking 15, tackling 16. Absolutely love that magic trio right there. Positioning only 14, but still not terrible. Determination 18, leadership 14, quite important with Curtis Davies leaving the club, and mentally looks really, really sound. Physically not the best anymore, but still does have 15 for jumping and 13 for strength. He's quite slow, and that is a bit of a worry for me, but we needed good centre-backs at this club, and Vermaelen is a very good centre-back. So Tommy Vermaelen's in on a free transfer on a 2-year deal, and I think that's a really, really good pickup here. And the fact he's actually the second best free transfer veteran we signed means that you're in for a treat when I show you the final signing. But I won't show you him straight away. Instead, I'll show you Tammy Abraham, who's joined the club as well. Yes, Tammy Abraham, the 5th signing I'll show you out of 8 today. Very, very good young talented striker, of course. If you guys are following British football, or English football, I should say, right now, and not just the Premier League, you'll probably know about Tammy Abraham. Chelsea striker, currently on loan at Bristol City, who had a really good year at Ashton Gate last season. As you can see in the game, he's been out on 2 loan spells in the Championship at Bristol City and Ipswich Town as well, and he's done very, very good. You know, very, very good goal to game ratio as well. In the second one at Port Maroon, definitely, and not terrible at Ashton Gate in the game as well. Looks like a really, really decent striker, and he scored 7 goals and got 3 assists in 24 Premier League games last season whilst playing for West Bromwich Albion. So he clearly can play in the Premier League, clearly has the quality right now, and I must say, to get him for £5.75 million, which is what we spent, I think that could be a steal. I think that could be an absolute steal in the future, as he looks really, really good. Finishing 14, first touch 12, off the ball 15, mentally not bad in some decent areas, and physically is where he's really at right now. He's quick, he's strong, he's got stamina as well, he's 6'4", and he's only 21 years old. I think Abraham, the ceiling is really high for this kid. I think he's really, really good. I'm such a fan of the guy in real life. I can't wait to see what he gets up to as the years go by, if Chelsea utilise him right. And yeah, the game he signed for Hull, and the contract is a little bit pricey on 30 grand a week on a 5-year deal, but I think he could prove to be a very, very handy squad player. Him and Brian Donnelly possibly playing up top together as the years go by, little and large, could be fantastic. So Abraham is in, and I think that's a great signing there. And so the penultimate signing I'll show you guys is a signing who's actually not at a club right now and isn't going to join us until January. It's Willy Olivier from Anderlecht, who is a 17-year-old left winger who looks very, very good indeed. Now, the Belgian is going to sign for us for £9 million, with clauses could become £13 million if he plays 50 league games, which is quite expensive for a 17-year-old who's yet to be capped for his country. But this guy looks very, very talented indeed. Already technically very good stats, 13 crossing, 14 dribbling, 15 first touch as well. Mentally not the best right now. Physically, really quick though, 15 acceleration, 14 pace, got 15 stamina as well. Really like that with 16 balance too. And I think this guy could prove to be a really great addition to the whole side as the years go by. Whilst right now not being the best, I'm very excited for him. And as you can see, Anderlecht right now, just 17 years old. He's had 2 really, really good seasons in the Pro League. So quite a lot of money to spend on a new winger, and we're kind of stacked in that department right now. Gerard Delafeu, Jordan Ibe, Robert Snodgrass, and Jonathan Lako as well. But I still never passed up the chance to sign a wonder kid. You guys know me. So yeah, Willy Olivier is in, and Belgium are just known for producing so many fantastic young talents. I'm hoping Olivier is going to be the latest to the long line of Belgian youngsters coming through and looking like world beaters for the future. Willy Olivier will sign in January, and I'm excited. And he's also going to become homegrown as well, despite joining in January when he's 18 years old. So don't worry about that. He'll still become homegrown at the club if we don't loan him out. So Olivier is coming in January, and I'm excited for the guy. Can't wait for him to get here. Okay, so now moving on to the 8th and final signing today, and it is the second veteran I've signed as well. Now, if you weren't excited about Thomas Vermaelen, I'm very hopeful you'll be excited about this guy. Welcome to the club, Radamel Falcao. Yes, how about this for a signing? Radamel Falcao has joined the club on a free transfer. My goodness, I sounded really weird there, like I was presenting some kind of game show. Radamel Falcao is in, and technically it's a game show. Oh my god, mind blown. Sorry, lost my train of thought there. Welcome to the club, Radamel Falcao. Now, Falcao looks absolutely fantastic still, and I'm so excited for him to join us. Now, he's 33 years old, just like Thomas Vermaelen, and will turn 34 during the season. And this guy's on a 2-year deal, just like Tommy, and still has some unbelievable stats. Finishing 16, first touch 13, heading 17, 70 for penalties as well, so he'll probably take them instead of Ndai this year. Mentally, absolutely fantastic. Anticipation 15, bravery 15, composure 18, love that on a striker. 16 decision, 16 determination, 16 flair, 16 leadership, how about that? Off the ball 16 as well. Physically, a little bit of a letdown. He's not quite got much pace, and he's not really the best for strength or stamina either. But let's just ignore the physicals and focus on these fantastic mentals and technicals. He's in on 60 grand a week. It's quite an expensive contract. So he and Vermaelen together are on 110 grand a week here for the next 2 years, which is quite pricey. He's got a £5 million minimum fee release clause for clubs in the Champions League as well, if he wants to move on to better things than Hull City. But I think the guy could prove to be a really, really great signing for us. And whilst he's here at club, he'll be tutoring some young players with 16 determination as well. Right now, already tutoring Tammy Abraham, even though it doesn't show it there. That's quite interesting. He is tutoring Tammy Abraham, though, trust me. And he looks really, really good. So, yeah, Falcao's in. He's already lost trust in me as well, because I've already broken one promise, which is not great. But he's in anyway, and I'm excited. Falcao's in. You might sit there and think, yeah, but the last 2 times he was in the Premier League for Chelsea and Man United, he was absolutely rubbish. Why do you think he'll be any different for Hull? Well, I don't know is the answer to that question, but I'm hopeful. So Falcao's in. He's a big name. He's a big name signing. That's the most important thing. And I'm excited to see how the Colombian's going to get on here at Hull City. So in the end then, we spent £16.5 million on 7 new players for Hull City. But of course, don't forget, $9 million is going on Olivier from Anderlecht. So technically, we spent £25.5 million in this window on 8 players. And it's, I must say, quite an interesting transfer window because we didn't really do much in terms of the departures list, and we signed a few decent players as well. For me, the key in this summer transfer window was not making major signings, but it was keeping the young players here at this club right now. We still have a team which isn't the best, but does have some really decent young talent in it. So for me, that was my main goal in the summer transfer window. Keep the young stars here. Josh Tymon was wanted by both Manchester clubs. We managed to keep him here. We managed to keep Jordan Ibe here, despite interest from Everton and also Stoke now as well, which is quite interesting. No bids for Brian Cameron, Rashai Donnelly or Radquist, but still very key members of our team, and Carter Vickers as well. So keeping the young players here was the most important thing for me in this transfer window, and making sure we didn't sell any of our really good players right now and take steps backwards. We may not take too many steps forward, we're not taking steps backwards, and that's the most important thing. So we take a look at the team depth and the team report as well. As you can see, we still do have a bit of a problem with real first team quality in depth, but it's a young team coming through. It's an exciting team, and I'm really excited for the new season as well. I think this could be a really, really successful season for us. Once again, in the competition's overview, we have set the lowest expectations. I always do this. I'm never really too confident in my own ability, so we always set the lowest expectations. Once again, the Premier League avoid relegation. In the FA Cup, reached the 5th round just like last year, and the EFL Cup reached the 4th round again just like last year. If we meet Spurs in the Cups, I guarantee we're going out. But yeah, again, just avoiding relegation is the key thing for us in the Premier League season this year. Although personally, we'll keep this between you and I and not let the squad hear about this, but I'm hoping for a mid-table finish somewhere around 8th to 12th. That's going to be hard to do. The last 2 seasons we finished in 14th place, but I think we could do it. I think we got enough quality, and we're getting better all the time, and that's the most important thing. Now, the teams that went up from last season are Derby County and 2 other teams, West Ham as well, and 1 other team. Who was it? I can't remember. I thought I wrote this down. It's not in my notes. Who went up from last season then? Aston Villa. So West Ham, Derby, and Aston Villa are in the Premier League this season. And yeah, I'm excited for the new year. You know, I really, really am. Once again, I think mid-table is achievable. But again, just avoiding relegation really is all the chairman seems to care about right now. And that's good enough for me. Now, pre-season, we won every single game. As you can see, we only conceded 3 as well in the games we played. So very encouraging considering our leaky defence last season. Also in season 1 as well. And yeah, I'm excited. You know, I'm really, really excited for the new season. I think it could be a really, really good year for us. This side of finance are looking right now as well. Still really, really healthy with £6.6 million still left in our kitty to work with if we want to do anything before the window slams shut. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited for the new season, and hopefully you guys are as well. So let's just move straight into the first game of today's episode, which is at home to Manchester City. And of course, the last time we faced Manchester City at home on the opening day, well, less said about it, the better. So City at home, first game of the season. These are the 2 teams, as you can see, the predicted lineups for the teams, and let's just get straight into it. So we'll be playing the 4-1-4-1 DM wide again, probably most of the season, just like the last 2 years. Although of course we might switch to a 4-2-3-1 if we want to. So this will be the team for today's game, but of course it might change over the course of the year. And right now, Fulquier is suspended due to the red card he picked up on the last game of last season. So yeah, this is the team for the game. Raj is in goal. It's a back four of Tymon, Thomas Vermaelen, Carter Vickers and Walker Peters due to Fulquier's suspension. The midfield trio is Ndai, Obiang and Berkay Ozcan. On the wings, it's Delafay on the left and Jordan Ibe on the right. And up top on his own, Brian Cameron, Rashai Donnelly. Please score a bloody goal on camera today, Brian. It will shut a lot of people up and it'll make me a lot happy. So Donnelly's up top leading the line on his own. And on the bench we have Heaton, Dimov, Robertson, Jonathan Dos Santos, Jonathan Leko, Radamel Falcao and Abel Hernandez. So no place for new signing Tammy Abraham in the team, but I'm sure we'll still get some game time this season. And yeah, first game of the year, Manchester City at home. Can we get the win? Hopefully. But I just don't want us to get embarrassed like we did 2 years ago. Come on, Hol, let's get a big win here. Also, of course, don't forget, if you want me to keep the new skin, then vote in the top right. Or if you'd like me to revert back to the old one, again, vote in the top right. The choice is yours. I don't mind either way. But a new skin does look pretty fresh, though, doesn't it? It looks really, really nice. Still, first highlight of the game, when it comes to Manchester City, it's Otamendi on the ball, finding João Cancelo. And the right back is inside and crosses, I think, and... Oh my god. We're 4 minutes into the new season! What the hell just happened there? What even happened there? I didn't even see it. Cancelo went down the right. I think the cross deflected off Tymon, and I mean, just look at that. I mean, it just trickles over the line after it's the inside of that post. It's an own goal from Josh Tymon, who could have joined City as well. And it's 1-0 to the away side. He scored for the opposition. We're 1-0 down already. This is like season 2 all over again, isn't it? you just know we're going to concede 3 or 4 goals today. We conceded 6 back in Season 2. It's going to be that opening day once again. Vincent Kompany gets on the end of that flicked-on free kick from Sergio Aguero. It's 2-0 to City. We are 22 minutes into the game. Different season, same problem. Aguero flicks it on, Kompany's there at the back stick, volleys it in, and it's 2-0 already. I just don't know what to say, man. I've brought in Vermaelen. I've brought in 2 youngsters in the Korean and also Wesley as well. But we can't defend. Demov's going to get a lot of first-team football this season because we may as well play him. Because right now we're 3-0 down, 28 minutes in. We're dropping down to 20th place already. Did I say earlier we could finish mid-table? Not with this sort of defending. Well, at least you guys can see why I never change the expectations and always set them on the lowest ones. 3-0. 29 minutes into the game. I mean, this is absolutely awful. Free kick for us though. Deulofeu takes it and it's a goal. Well, Joe Hart's made a meal of it. And 2 minutes after saying that, we have got ourselves possibly a glimmer of hope. It's 3-1. And if you, of course, you remember back in Season 2, we did come back from 4-0 down to make it 4-2 before eventually we lost 6-4. Sorry, no, hang on. No, we came back from 4-0 down to make it 4-3 and then we lost 6-3. What? That's right, isn't it? Yeah. But I can't see us doing it again, though. It's 3-1 at the break. Deulofeu, despite scoring, has still got a dead leg, so I might have to take him off. Donnelly's got a 6.4 and done nothing. Typical. But really, our main problem, as always, is that we can't defend. It was kind of ironic as well, despite that loss to City in Season 2 on the opening day, where we got thumped. We actually defended really well that season. I don't know how. But this year, I think we're set for another year of pure frustration and a lot of losses. So if you're expecting anything different this year, don't. And so that is going to do it. I'd like to say, like I did last year, start as you mean to go on, but instead we've been beaten 3-1 by Manchester City, which means our record in opening days is now 2 wins and 2 defeats, and both defeats have come at home to Manchester City. So assertively, I'll say I'm not happy with the performance out there, and going to criticise Pedro Obiang individually as well, because he wasn't fired up in the team talk, and we shall move on from a very, very poor defeat on the opening day. But there is at least one good bit of news coming the end of the game, and that is that we're going to make our 9th signing of the transfer window. Willie Kirkpatrick is going to join from Celtic, which is pretty good. It could rise to £3.5 million, but the initial fee is £2.5 million. And this is a young defensive midfielder that I've found in the Scottish leagues, and he looks really decent. Only 17 years old right now. I'll show you his full range of stats as well. I wasn't sure he was going to sign right now, but he is. Is he going to join now, or is he joining now, or is he joining? Oh, he's not. He's joining in January, I think. Is he? Is he joining in January? Yeah, it's January. Just had a quick look there. It's the 1st of January when to come in, just like the Belgians. So Kirkpatrick's going to sign then. Got some pretty decent stats. 17 stamina, 17 balance, 15 for strength. Mentally, not terribly. We need him to work on his determination and work rate, that's for sure. So we'll certainly get some tutoring whilst he's here. Tackling 15, first touch 16, technique 16 as well. I would like him to work on his marking and passing as well, that's for sure. But looks like a pretty decent signing, and him and Brian Donnelly could be our Scottish bros through the years here at Hull that proved to be really, really good. So Kirkpatrick's going to be our 9th signing for the club. He'll come in January, and that's how we'll end today's episode. So that will end the episode then with Hull City in 16th place, mid-table. What was I thinking? After our 3-1 battering, well, not really battering, but defeat to Manchester City at home. Not a great start, but hopefully things will pick up. But for sure, I am pretty confident. Just like the last 3 years, I don't expect great things for Hull this season, and just keeping our heads above water is going to be the most important thing. We shall return with a couple more games with Hull City then after the transfer window. So I'll play the rest of the transfer window off camera, and we'll return with games against... let's come back with an October double. Away against Newcastle United at St James's Park, and at home to Manchester United. So I'll play quite a lot of games off camera, and we shall come back with those games there against Newcastle and Manchester United, where hopefully we've racked up a few more wins, or a few wins to begin with. But that will end the episode though, so thank you for watching, guys. Hope you have enjoyed the first episode of Season 4. If you have, then please do consider leaving a like, as likes are, of course, very much appreciated, and they really help the channel out as well. Don't forget, if you'd like us to keep using this skin, then vote in the top right, or if you'd like us to go back to the old one, then again, vote in the top right, and decide what you prefer. And for the next episode onwards, we'll either go back to the default one, or we'll keep the new one. The choice is yours. Thanks for watching though. Don't forget to vote. Please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of our Football Manager series, where hopefully we'll have a lot better performances very soon. Bye.